I am Darkmoon Doll, here for another video about dream interpretation. Well, you interpret your own dreams. And in this show called Dream Talk that I do every now and then on Fridays, I share with you the dreams that I have and show you how I interpret them. Sometimes I share with you references like books that I found helpful in my dream journey. So it is a journey. Your dreams are here to give you messages and help you out. That's what I believe. So what I want to talk to you guys about is dreaming of UFOs, dreaming about aliens. A lot of people probably dream about that but don't want to talk about it because it's maybe too scary. But I found an article online that I want to share with you. And then I'll share with you my experience in a recent dream that I had that involved a UFO. It was a few days ago that I dreamt this. So get comfortable, get a cup of tea, and let's do this. I've got this article up on my computer. Okay. So this article is from the website Live Science or Live Science, and the name of the article is Alien Abductions May Be Vivid Dreams Studies Show. So here we go. So researchers say they have conducted the first experiment to ever prove that close encounters with UFOs and extraterrestrials are a product of the human mind. In a sleep study by the Out-of-Body Experience Research Center in Los Angeles, 20 volunteers were instructed to perform a series of mental steps upon waking up or becoming lucid during the night that might lead them to have out-of-body experiences, culminating in perceived encounters with aliens. According to lead researcher Michael Raduga, more than half the volunteers experienced at least one full or partial out-of-body experience, and 7 of them were able to make contact with UFOs or extraterrestrials during these dream-like experiences. Raduga designed the experiment to test his theory that many reports of alien encounters are actually instances of people experiencing a vibrant, lifelike state of dreaming. If he could coach people to dream a realistic alien encounter, he said he could prove that many reports of such encounters, such as alien abductions, that take place during the night are really just products of people's imaginations. Raduga's OOBE Research Center is not affiliated with any academic institutions, and new research has not been published in peer-reviewed journal. When people experience alien abductions in the night, they usually don't know they are actually in REM sleep and having an out-of-body experience, Raduga told Life's Little Mysteries, adding then an estimated 1 million Americans have such experiences each year. It's very realistic and people cannot understand how it happens. Our studies show that it's not about aliens, it's about human abilities, and it can happen to almost anyone. Study participants were told to try to separate from their bodies every time they became half awake or lucid during the night. If they were able to dream that they had separated from their sleeping bodies, they were then supposed to look for aliens in their homes. If they were unable to have an out-of-body dream experience, they were told to go back to sleep and try again later in the night. Some could do it by the first attempt. Some needed 3 to 5 attempts to have an out-of-body experience. Not everybody could do it. Some were unable to do it because of their fear. They were able to separate from their body, but they became too afraid to look at aliens, Raduga said. By the end of the study, 35% of the volunteers said they had made visual contact with aliens, and they described their encounters for the researchers. One participant, identified as Alexander N., recalled making a successful attempt to separate from his body, then tried to find aliens. 3 of them materialized right before my eyes. They seemed more like creatures from the movie The Thing than tadpoles with eyes like Princess Jasmine. They wanted to scare me not to make contact. As a result, I was extremely frightened and regained awareness in my body. Raduga plans to publish his results and to conduct further studies in humans' ability to fabricate alien encounters that seem real. So, yes, that's probably could happen, but I think that there are people that have had real actual encounters. with, let me scoot back, with beings from another planet. So recently I had a dream that I was living in a house, nice size house, with my son and my husband, and I looked out the window, the front window in the living room, and I saw this huge UFO. And it was one of those that was shaped like a hat type of UFOs. I don't know if you guys are familiar with all the different kinds of UFOs that people have reported seeing in the skies. Well, this UFO was huge. It was big, and it was low to the ground. Well, not low to the ground, low out of the sky, not high up in the sky, but it was low, down low. Like so low, like it's right on the top of the houses, you know. But you could see it. I could see it like moving. And so I went outside to look at it, and there was nobody outside. It was eerily quiet, but it was just going along, and I just was very casual about it, very curious about what it was about. I wasn't afraid. So some people aren't afraid, and some people have reported having alien encounters, and pleasant beings came to them, and they weren't afraid. So I think this is a very conservative view of people who come forth with their story to say that they have been abducted by aliens and this is what happened to them. Well, a lot of times maybe this shit is really happening. Maybe these people aren't just daydreaming or just dreaming of this or making this from their imagination, making this up from their imagination. So this article is very one-sided, definitely. And I just want people to be, you know, I don't know, I don't really request people to be anything than what they are. And the way that I look at this is that I've had experiences that I know wasn't like the product of my own imagination. And I've talked about it on past shows on here. A brief example of this: when my son was a baby, I got up in the middle of the night because I saw a really bright light on our closet door. There was no source for the light. I looked all around. There wasn't any cars outside or lights shining, but there was a bright light on our closet door. So I saw the bright light on the closet door, and I was just looking at it. Next thing I knew, I heard a really high-pitched frequency that went like, ee, really loud, and I felt it. My husband slept through the whole thing, so... But yeah, I talked about this experience before on this channel, and I felt like I lost, and I was holding my son in my hand and my arm, and he kind of matched that frequency. He made that sound, and it really didn't scare me. It just made me confused, like, what is this? And then next thing you know, it's gone, but it feels like I lost some time. And if you read further and deeper into UFO abductees, or some of them say they're experiencers because they don't feel like they were abducted. They feel like it was a friendly encounter. The ones that claim of abduction, it wasn't a pleasant encounter. So just check out Betty and Barney Hill. Betty had a pleasant experience. They're a couple. Betty had a pleasant experience with extraterrestrials, but Barney did not. And unfortunately, Barney is not still alive to talk about it. Isn't that funny? Betty and Barney. Like the Flintstones, Betty and Barney Rubble. So yeah, if you have a dream about UFOs, extraterrestrials, it could be that the extraterrestrial is trying to come into your world to talk to you, but the only way that they can communicate with you is through the dream world. It's kind of like with angelic beings, your spirit guide, all these spiritual beings. They'll come to you through the dream time because they know if they came to you straight up like this, right in front of your face, they might scare the shit out of you. So that's why they come to you at those times, where you're comfortable, where you're relaxed, and where you can communicate with them without a lot of fear and tension. So if that ever happens to you, where you are abducted by an alien, reach out for help. there's so many people you could talk to. There's so many people that have had this experience. So reach out for help. Get online, do your research, and reach out for help. Because a lot of this stuff isn't just all in people's heads. I do think some of the abductions in the past have to do with the government interfering. It has been known about that, but I can go into that in another video. But yeah, I just wanted to come to you guys for an episode of Dream Talk, talking to you about if you dream about aliens or UFOs, what does that mean? You know what that means. You do. You know what that means. You need to sit down and meditate on it, have your dream journal out, write it down, meditate on it, and really ask yourself those questions. What does it mean? And you will get the answer that you're looking for. So, on that note, thanks for subscribing, liking, and sharing my videos with your friends and family. Thank you for the kind words that you leave upon the comment section, and feel free to leave any more, of your experiences with having UFO dreams or extraterrestrial dreams. So, these movies aren't being made just for the hell of it, like E.T. and all of these movies that have to do with aliens, people's encounters with them, and how they dealt with it. So, definitely important if you dream of that. Definitely don't ignore that dream. So on that note, also you can remember, if you want to donate to this channel or any of my other channels, I have 2 other channels, you can go to my PayPal, and it's kdaddytmama@comcast.net. I will leave the link in the description below. Donation goes towards helping to keep the lights on in this place, helping to afford a camera, first of all, and helping to move the heck out of this area into a much more desirable area. So, with that said, brightest blessings to you all, and I'll see you soon.